Hi everyone, so we are starting phase 3, which means it is new material coming up for the next week. So we are going to be beginning a 2-week unit on evolution. So quick recap for you. Evolution is change in a species over time, and when those changes build up or accumulate, they lead to speciation, which is a new species, and it's considered a new species when they can no longer mate and produce fertile offspring. So that's really what evolution is, kind of in a quick nutshell. We'll be taking a look at evolution and theories that are related to evolution, like the theory of natural selection. And so we'll be taking a look at that. We've done it in a Google slide format this week because it will make it a little bit easier for you to look at some of the content that we have, because some of the slides have actual recap of important ideas and information, and then some of the slides have questions for you to answer. And so if you look here, what we've got is kind of the lowdown of that, where anything that you see in red is meant to be something that you're supposed to answer. Anything that you see a checklist on is something that you just want to read through the content and the information. There's also going to be some choices here as you go through on a couple of the slides where you can do A or you can do B, but you don't have to do both. Really quickly, one of the things that I like here is these set of images that I pulled up for that first slide, where we have this really cool butterfly that looks like it has eyes on it as a means of kind of keeping away potential predators. So that's a really neat adaptation. I think you guys have learned about adaptations in the past. We've got the Fennec Fox with these super large ears, which are a cool adaptation because they allow two things. One, for listening to the movement of bugs, because that's their food source, so they can actually hear them crawling around, which is pretty cool. And two, those large ears actually radiate heat because they live in North Africa, so it can get really hot during the day, and the blood flow to the ears lets them release heat so they can cool off. And then this other creature that we have here is a tree hopper ant, but it actually has what looks like the body of another tree hopper ant on top of it. It's not two different ants, it's just one insect. But what's really neat about it is this adaptation scares off potential predators, because the body of the ant that it looks like is on top of it is one that has these little spikes on it, and predators actually stay away from it. So it's kind of a pretty cool adaptation that has evolved over time. So moving on. We've got a couple of videos here for you to watch. One of our first choices, choice A or B, it's either a KWL chart, what I think I know, want to know, or what I learned, or it's kind of the 3-2-1. Things that you learned, things that you found interesting, and some questions you still have. And it's related to this Okay to Be Smart video on facts versus theories versus law. We've seen Dr. Joe before, so you'll take a look at that. Come upon our first checklist here, and this is about evolution and just some ideas that we know about it. We've got some really cool links here. Evogenio, the Evogenio website, when you click on it and launch it, you can find out all sorts of things, but this is a pretty comprehensive website that you can take a look at, and humans are all the way down here in the right hand corner here. And so when you interact with that, you can take a look at how we're related and how distantly related we are to different species. There's also OneZoom, which allows you to actually look in a particular tree, and they have it set up almost like a tree, but it's literally the tree of all life. So they're trying to fit like 8 million species on this one thing. So those are some neat websites for you to take a look at. Again, you'll notice here we've got some recap slides. Whenever you see that checklist, it means it's something for you to just take a look at and quickly read and summarize. We've got questions for you to answer. Again, all the questions are always in red, so keep that in mind. Here's another slide where you have a choice A or choice B. This is talking about the law of superposition that you learned about last year and how it ties in to support for evolution by natural selection. And you can either do this little puzzle here, or you can kind of put things in order for superposition and where things would have occurred. There's also this neat website on artificial selection. When you click on the website, it's going to ask you to sign up now. Just scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see that when you get to the bottom, there's these different games that you can choose. All of them have to do with artificial selection. So if you play one, you can see how it's asking you to influence things and how influence what traits are passed down from generation to generation. So take a look at that, play one of those. Again, a couple recap checklists here. This one here, you're actually looking at some DNA sequences between humans and other species and trying to figure out how many differences there are to try to get a sense of how similar or distant related the actual species are. And then we wrap it up with a video for the week as well. So there are lots of different things to read and a lot of different videos this week. Just because it's a lot of new content, new information. So we were trying to find ways to deliver that to you, because I don't know that everyone still has a textbook, although many of you did pick up your bags this week. Not sure how many of you had a textbook in that bag or not. So evolution, week 1, phase 3, new content, new material. You're definitely going to need this for next year as well. So hopefully we'll see you and hear from you soon. Hope to see you in our Zoom this week. We've got some stuff laid out for you. And take care, stay healthy, and stay safe. Happy Mother's Day to your moms.